let's talk about why fields and players as a whole aren't a huge fan of HPA's die mask and the tap triggers. Let's take a second to think about what the perception is. If we look at social media, if you want to be popular, if you want all the views and all the followers, we as a social media audience have told you that if you do something negative, if you break the rules, if you hurt others, it will be popular because you will get a lot of hate, and hate is still popular. So, what are the ways to do that in airsoft? Don't call your hits and mag dump kids. We did that. That's our fault. We as airsofters, we as a community have built that negativity and we popularized it. So, if I run a die mask and an HPA rifle with an extended trigger, right off the bat, because of the negative perception on social media, you, or I in this case, am immediately going to be thought of as some nasty little speed softer who's just going to mag dump kids, not call his hits, and cheat. I mean, realist, if you're a casual player and you don't follow all the blogs, you don't talk to people, you don't engage the community, you just kind of play once a weekend and that's it, and you look at cool stuff on social media, you have no basis of information to counter that perception. You have no way to go, oh, that's not true. And most young people are too, I don't want to say ignorant, but too uneducated enough to be able to kind of do like a root cause analysis or to look at a problem and kind of go below the surface. So, if I'm a 14-year-old brat with an HP and a die mask and I want to get popular, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go out and intentionally inflict harm into strangers. I'm going to do that by mag dumping at a high velocity, at a high rate of fire. The guns with a high rate of fire, higher than that of an AEG, is the HPA setups, like the Fusion engines, P-Stars, all that, and the DSG rifles. That's got, you can burn through a magazine in 2 seconds, like somewhere between a second and a half to 3 seconds. Burn through a mid cap. Throw that on Instagram, throw it on YouTube, throw it on whatever platform you're on, and boom, it will go viral within 3 days. I know I experimented with it. Sometimes I would just start yelling at kids and filming that, and then I would collect all those clips and snippets together, and I would make myself look like the bad guy. And within a couple days, it'll break a 1 to 5,000 views, and I'll have about 60 or 70 comments on there because that was the response I was looking for. I wanted to see how popular that would get. That was an experiment. Anytime you're putting something on a social media platform, you are intentionally doing it to get a response. Otherwise, you would either not be on social media or you would have a private account. Right? So you're looking for a response because you want to get popular for whatever reason. You're bored, or maybe you want sponsors or something. But you have an objective. The way you achieve that objective in social media is first you need a following. Could be a good following, could be a bad following. The way you get that following is through popular content, not honorable. Popular, viral videos. Look at all the videos out there of mag dumps. Look at all the videos of cheater exploitation, right? Look at all the videos that don't exist of people playing honorably. Here's a challenge. Find me how many videos you can find of cheater videos of like people not calling it, and then find me how many videos you can find of people calling it. Specific compilation videos. I'm not talking about standard gameplay. I'm talking about how many people got shot, called it, raised their hand, and put that in a video in multiple sequences. It doesn't exist because it's not a popular narrative. That's the perception that there is. That's the perception that you're going to get. That's the prejudice that you will face when you have an HPA setup with a die. It doesn't matter that I personally wear a die mask because it protects all of my face, with the exception, the beard's kind of a pain, whatever, beard problems, right? And it maximizes my field of view, and I don't have to worry about sweat or body heat impacting my field of view. Dyes are great. Dyes are an incredible product. It doesn't matter that my friends run HPA rifles because of the gas efficiency, because of the high, because it's a higher standard of performance in equipment. It doesn't matter. You got a dye in an HPA, you're not going to call it, and you're going to mag dump a kid. Pardon me. So how do we combat this? Well, negative perceptions are a lot easier to get than positive perceptions. Look at kind of how the world works with prejudices. It's real hard to change someone's opinion once they have that opinion solidified in kind of their fabric of their being. So, start releasing honorable content. Start putting up videos where you call your hits. Start doing more bang kills. Don't post videos that have any negative perception. Control your content. That's what I'm saying. If we control our content, you can try to change people's perception, right? But you have to control the content. If you're putting mag dumps out on Instagram, it's because you're you're controlling that content. That's an intentional act. So start controlling your content is what I would recommend. Don't blame fields either. Don't tell fields or field owners that they suck because they don't allow a certain piece of equipment. You have to understand that you, the competitive high-level player that spends thousands of dollars on their self, you're not the market. The new kid is the market. The rental kid is the market. The casual player that only comes maybe once a weekend, but he rents a gun, he buys this, that, and the other. That's the market that we need to sustain the field. So if I have 100 players and they don't like the HPA kids for whatever reason, I'm kind of fighting a cold, so I'm sorry. And they don't like HPA players. And there's only like 5 or 10 of those HPA players, but I got 100 kids rocking an AEG. Look, man, I'm sorry. I have a facility rent. I have a lease I have to pay. I have employees I have to pay. I have taxes. I have things I need money for. And unless you're going to supplement that with me, use a pistol. Use a spring shotgun. Use a sniper. Do something. But blaming fields and field owners isn't the way it's going to go. Fields and field owners didn't create this problem. The community created this problem by popularizing violence, by popularizing rental kids getting mag dumped. If the community created it, the community can solve it. But it takes a collective effort to do that, and trying to get a bunch of 15-year-olds to post stuff that isn't popular, good luck. You let me know how that goes, because that's airsoft as a whole. I think that's about it. Don't blame field owners. It's not their fault. Field owners they're trying to make a buck. They're trying to stay in business. They're trying to be relevant. That's all. I think that's all I have to say about that.